Spain's Euro 2024 triumph was both anticipated and shocking at the same time. Nevertheless, Lamine Yamal was declared the revelation and star of the show. But there was one player everyone totally forgot about. Another X factor. And this is why everyone is wrong about Spain's Euro 2024 victory. There are some who believe that Nico Williams may win the Ballon d'Or in the near future. His stats don't lie. His style of play is exceptional, and when compared to his contemporaries such as Lamine Yamal, the results are shocking. Williams' exploits at the 2024 Euros were simply next level. He was a force in attack and combined well with Cucurella in defense, especially when the left back made overlapping runs or needed help at the back. Williams was causing all sorts of problems from the left wing, while Lamine Yamal held the right flank on lock. His speed, strength, dribbling, deadly crosses, positional awareness, and ability to keep the ball were particularly impressive. Every time Williams charged upfield with or without the ball, it spelled danger for his opponents. But somehow, no team could figure the 21-year-old out, nor could they shut him down. One of the matches where Nico Williams proved too difficult to handle was against Italy in the group stage. In this game, Nico was mesmerizing. He was never shy to dribble, he was constantly taking on Italy's defenders, and on one occasion, he humiliated Alessandro Bastoni when he had him falling flat on his face. He would eventually deliver the cross that led to Riccardo Calafiore's own goal. Plus, the cherry on top? The winger struck the post with a fierce shot much later. As if this wasn't enough, in the quarterfinals against Germany, Nico was equally nasty to his opponent. However, it was against France that the youngster forced everyone to pay attention, although Yamal stole the show in the end. Then the final against England was the icing on the cake. In this match, Nico was a straight up badass. He constantly posed problems for the English, opening the scoring from a pass from Yamal and ultimately snatching the Man of the Match award. But if you're not impressed by his highlights, then you need to see his stats. The stats show that Nico Williams was one of a kind during Euro 2024. In 494 minutes played, Williams attempted 11 shots, which amounted to an average of 1.58 shots per game. With just 3 of those 11 shots attempted, he scored 2 goals, one with each foot. He achieved all of this while covering an average distance of 7.15 kilometers and hitting an average top speed of 33.89 kilometers per hour per game. That's not all. He attempted 31 dribbles, made runs into the attacking third 18 times, made 13 runs into the key player area, and 15 runs into the penalty box, thus putting opponents on the back foot non-stop. Additionally, he had an insane 89.67% pass accuracy and was in possession 291 times. But if you're wondering what all this really means, how about I show you how he stacked up against his teammate, Lamine Yamal? Trust me, the results are shocking. Of the 507 minutes played, Yamal attempted 18 shots in total, but only managed to score 1 goal out of 7 attempts on target. However, like Williams, Yamal was also full of running, covering a total distance of 55.32 kilometers during the showdown. Another area where Yamal edged Williams was in assists, as he recorded 4 against Williams' 1. But out of 196 passes made by Yamal, he only successfully completed 161, making for a 79.86% pass accuracy. Interestingly, Williams had 34 take-ons, which was the 3rd best at the Euros. Only Jamal Musiala and Jeremy Doku were better than him in that regard. That said, this isn't to pitch 2 teammates against each other, but to show that Williams was also an X-factor, considering how closely similar his stats with Yamal were. But guess what? If you compare the two further, you'll find that Williams was more of an all-rounder than Yamal. Defensively, Williams also came clutch. He demonstrated this clearly against France in the semis. He dropped to support Cucurella, thus giving PSG's Ousmane Dembélé a tough time on the right side of the pitch. Like David Moyes, a UEFA observer at the Euros, put it, Dembélé had a couple of runs, but Spain doubled up with Cucurella and Williams. The UEFA Technical Observer panel also noted, he was very dangerous in attack, defended a lot, covered Marc Cucurella and moved into midfield for combinations with Dani Olmo. He scored the first goal and was one of the most dangerous players on the field. Indeed, Williams' link-up play with Yamal, Dani Olmo and co was key in helping Spain achieve success in the competition. But here's where things get even more interesting. If you compare Williams' gifts to other top talents in the same position during the Euros, Williams outshines them all. Enter Kylian Mbappe, Rafael Leao, Kavica Kvaratskhelia, Federico Chiesa, and Jeremy Doku. Although we could make the argument that Frances Mbappe's injury during the competition may have slowed him down, and thus we didn't get to see him at his best, it still doesn't change the fact that Williams was mostly better than him. Of 464 minutes played, Mbappe attempted 24 shots but only scored 1 goal. Additionally, his 87.6% pass accuracy was slightly less than what Williams brought to the table. Williams also made more runs into the attack and covered more space overall. Next up is Portugal's Rafael Leao. Of 289 minutes played, he had 3 shot attempts, none of which were on target, so he couldn't register a single goal. But the AC Milan winger covered a distance of 28.75 kilometers and managed 25 dribbles. Now here's the kicker. Georgia's Kvaratskhelia had a staggering stat. Makes you wonder what would have been if the Napoli star had better players around him and his team had advanced to the final. You see, he played 4 matches, accumulated 343 minutes, attempted 6 shots with 2 on target, and scored 1 goal. Kvara had an incredible 89.5% pass accuracy, almost equal to Williams. Mind you, all other players' performances pale in comparison to Nico Williams. Federico Chiesa of Italy played 264 minutes and had 8 attempts at goal during that time. All of his attempts were off target. He had an underwhelming pass accuracy of 72.25% and only covered a distance of 28.74 kilometers. Lastly, Belgium and Man City's Jeremy Doku played 4 matches in total, averaging 85 minutes per match. He had an okay 81.5% pass accuracy and 6 attempts at goal with only 1 shot on target, and of course, 0 goals. With this in mind, it's crystal clear that Williams was in a class of his own, and the world should have paid him more attention. So why then were his performances overlooked, and his influence overshadowed by Yamal's? You see, Yamal's performance during the Euros at just 16 years old cannot be overlooked. His performances against France were simply unforgettable. He terrorized the French defense multiple times before unleashing a beauty you would expect from only seasoned vets. With that goal, he became the youngest scorer in the Euros and also bagged the Man of the Match award. All of these served to increase Yamal's stock. However, you can't deny that Yamal's involvement with Barcelona may be responsible for him getting more attention than Williams. Imagine if Williams played for a big club like Barcelona, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Manchester United, or some other top club in Europe. Would the media attention be any different? The fact that he plays for the Basque club Atletico Bilbao allowed his immense contributions to Atletico Bilbao, as well as the Spain national team, to fly under the radar. Even Williams admits he's just now getting noticed. I always try to do my best to help my team. It's true, people are now getting to know me and have more respect for me. I appreciate that respect very much. I work every day to be one of the best in my position. But despite Williams flying under the radar, his exploits for Bilbao during the 23-24 season also didn't garner much attention. Yet Williams has always been a wrecking ball in that left flank, with his brother Iñaki Williams causing problems on the right. In Spain last season, he was tied with Villarreal's Ilias Akumak as the player with the second best completed dribbles in 90 minutes. Additionally, he was the second best assister in the league with 11. He scored 8 goals in 37 games, but it wasn't just his goals that were extremely crucial for Bilbao. It was also his link-up plays, assists, key passes, defending, and so much more that helped Bilbao achieve success and win their first major trophy in 40 years when they won the Copa del Rey. His performance in the final even handed him the Man of the Match award. Looking at these critically, Nico Williams should be in the Ballon d'Or debate, at least in the top 10. His influence, creativity, consistency, and clutch performances are some of the reasons why. If you consider past Ballon d'Or winners like Fabio Cannavaro and Luka Modric, they were never like Messi or Ronaldo, who put up big numbers or racked up goals, but they led by example and came clutch for their teams when needed. This was enough to tilt the votes in their favour. Besides, Messi's 22-23 Ballon d'Or was largely due to his leadership and clutch performances at the 2022 World Cup. Mind you, many still believe Erling Haaland or Kylian Mbappe should have taken it home, but that's a story for another day. In the same way, Nico Williams has set himself up for success with his mind-blowing performances at the Euros and club level. His role in helping Spain achieve an unprecedented 4th Euro title cannot be overemphasized. He was the brain behind Spain's entertaining and electrifying display throughout the tournament. His decisiveness made sure none of Spain's matches ended in a stalemate nor went into penalties. He was top-notch in attack and defense and gave his all, game in, game out. As a result, Nico Williams should definitely be in the Ballon d'Or conversation. If not now, then certainly in the future. His steady rise has shown that he has all the tools necessary to not just succeed, but also become the best player in his position, and indeed, the best player in the world. But do you agree with this take? Let me know in the comments section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.